Happy Saturday night, everybody. I am going to do a strength and yoga flow today. So if you got some free weights, you got a mat, and you want to join me, feel free. It has been raining a lot here in North Carolina, so I'm just really excited that it has cleared up a bit to do yoga outside, because outside I feel like is the best joy. You can join in at any time, of course, so if you're flipping through and you see me, feel free to step in, and all you need is yourself and your breath work, and that's all that is our breath work to the present moment. Just focusing, breathing in through the nose. You're going to breathe in and out, and you're just going to want to set free anything that isn't serving you, anything that is burdening you, anything that is causing you stress and tension in your neck, your upper back, anything out there that isn't serving you. Just hang on one second. Okay. Again, focused on here and now, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And while you're thinking of it, just think of how your breath represents ocean waves, how you're setting free anything that isn't serving you, how you're focused on right here and now. You're releasing your stress, your tension in your upper back, your lower back, your neck, your stomach, your jaw, your hips. And then you're going to slowly, gently open your eyes and go to all fours here in this moment. And you're going to do some cat and cows. So you're going to tuck your neck up to the sky, then gently tucking it in, and just feeling the stretch and the elongation along your upper back. Feeling that connection right there. It just feels really good. And then you're going to put your left leg out behind, your right arm out in front, and feel this opposite pull. And as you release things, you're going to notice that you're going to be right arm out in front and feel this opposite pull. And as you release things, you're going to notice that you're going to be here. You're going to pull up this of opposite, and then you're going to slowly release out behind, left arm out in front. Just feeling this stretch in our back. And then you're going to reach behind and grab your right foot. We're going to grab a free weight, and we're going to pull in for 5 and extend. 2, 3. You can grab any weight for this. 4 and 5. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So you're going to lift your right leg up behind and tuck it in for 5 here. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you're going to gently release from there. You're going to go to all fours here, reverting back to downward dog. And then you're going to lift your knees above the ground, doming out your shoulders here in this pose, holding it here into this bear pose, and then transitioning into a downward dog. Really stretching out your legs here in this pose, feeling the stretch in your calves. You really want to elongate it. And then you're going to walk halfway up, half lift, forward fold. Then we're going to stand tall, side bend to the right, back to center, side bend to the left, back to center. And then you're going to clasp your hands behind your back, mini back bend, forward fold, Then we're going to put our left hand down, right hand toward the sky, doing this twist in your lower back here. You're going to grab your right big toe, pull it out to the side here, and just hold it here. Challenge your left leg and your ankle and your hip. Doing the same on the opposite side. Thanks for the likes. And then you're going to grab your left toe, pulling it out to the side, feeling the stretch in your hip and glutes. And then you're going to go to a vinyasa. And it's essentially a tricep push-up back to the downward dog. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Taking 3 breaths to reground yourself so you repeat that process again. So you're going to go halfway up the mat, forward fold, standing tall, side bend to the right, center, side bend to the left, back to the center, mini back bend, forward fold. You're going to do these twists, right hand up to the sky, gaze follows toward that right hand. You're going to grab your right big toe, you're going to pull it out to the side, and you're going to feel this stretch in your side body. Then your right hand down, left hand toward the sky, grabbing the left big toe, and then back down to a vinyasa. Then back to the downward dog. Walking your dog here, maybe leaning from side to side here in this pose. And then we're going to add in some lunges here. So you're going to grab your free weights and you're going to dip your left leg down, bending your right for 10 of these. These lunges are so good at strengthening your knees here. And strength training is so essential the older that you get. So you're going to want to focus on this. This is strengthening your thigh, your hamstring. 7 for 10, 8, 9, and 10. Then we're going to switch. You're going to step forward with your left foot, bending your right knee. And you're going to do those dips, those lunges for 10. Making sure you're facing forward, you're not turning your hip. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then release the weights down. Then you're going to go to a seated pose for 1 second. Regrounding yourself here. Just going to stretch out my shoulders here. Feels really good. And then I'm going to do some strength training with the free weights here. So I'm going to stretch out my right leg, grabbing this free weight, and I'm pulling it in to my ab hip area for 15. 15 sets on each side. You're going to make sure that you're keeping the free weight up at your hip area for 15. And then switch to the other side. So you're going to stretch out this left leg here, and you're going to pull this in for 15 on this side, holding this balance here. It's a great yoga strength training challenge. If you're joining in and you're doing yoga, feel free to let me know below. Or if you're doing some of it, just let me know either way, because you can always do it without the free weights as well. I forgot what number I'm on, so I'm just going to assume 13, 14, and 15. And then back down, and then back to the downward dog here. Just regrounding your breath work, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just let go of all of that negativity. Let go of all that stuff you're holding on to for no reason that's stressing you out. The tension, the craziness, the chaos, all of it. Just let it go. Let it be. And then as you reground yourself, you're going to lift your right leg high to the sky. You're going to step this right leg through. You're going to pivot and plant your left foot. You're going to reach your right arm overhead, feeling the stretch. Then you're going to straighten your right leg after the reverse warrior for a triangle pose, feeling the stretch in your left side body here and just feeling the pull. Then you're going to twist, putting your left hand down, your right hand toward the sky for a reverse triangle pose. Your gaze is at the right hand here. Again, reverting back to your breath work each time you do this. And then you're going to bend your right knee, lifting your right hand toward the sky for a dragonfly twist. Gaze follows. And then you can kind of do a runner's lunge if you want to go onto your forearms. So feel free to feel this stretch in your inner thigh area here. It feels so amazing. Every time we let something go, or we free something, or release stress or tension, we feel so much freer. So back to vinyasa or downward dog. Then we're going to lift our left leg high, feeling the stretch in our body, stepping our left leg through, pivot and plant our right leg, reaching our left arm overhead for reverse warrior. Then triangle pose, left hand toward the ground, right hand toward the sky, feeling the stretch, holding it here on our right side body. Then our right hand down, left hand toward the sky, feeling this reverse triangle pose in our body here. Trying to keep our left leg straight. If you have to bend it, shorten your stance. You're going to put your left hand down, right hand down, left hand toward the sky, dragonfly twist, and shorten your stance. You're going to put your left hand down, right hand down, left hand toward the sky, dragonfly twist, and back when a chance to make sure you're really feeling those breaths in and out your nose. Make sure you're really recentering yourself. You're really focusing your gratitude, being grateful for where you are today, right here in this moment, being able to have the gift of movement, being able to have the gift of presence. Then you're going to lift your right leg high to the sky. You're going to bend it underneath for a half pigeon pose. You're going to lean over this right leg here. It's not even going to be parallel. It's going to be however good it feels in your body. So just hold this pose here for a moment. Feeling this stretch in your hip area. Give it be however good it feels in your body. So just hold this pose here for a moment. Feeling this stretch in your hip area. Give through for a crescent lunge. Arms overhead, gaze follows. Twisting to the right, gaze follows. And then back to center, back up to a crescent lunge. And then reverse revolve half moon pose. So you're going to lift your right hand to the sky, left hand to the ground, feeling the union of opposite stretch. Your left leg is up. You're feeling the twist in your body. It feels amazing. Each pose is designed to help you be more aware, more self-aware. You're sitting in the seated pose here, the left leg over the right. You're going to twist to the inside of the left foot, temple dancer, grabbing your left foot out in front to the side. Padangusthasana B, holding it here. Balance challenge. And this stretch feels so good in your body. You're going to lift behind, grab your right hand to your left foot, reverse revolve dancer pose, feeling leaning it forward, and then vinyasa to repeat the same steps on the other side here. Back to a downward dog, lifting your left leg high for pigeon on the left side, really stretching out this hip area here in this pose. Giving yourself time to reground your breath work. This yin pose is so intentional for getting yourself back in the moment. So make sure you're intentional about it and authentic. And then going back to downward dog, lifting your left leg high, stepping it through for a crescent lunge, arms overhead, gaze follows, and then twist to the left. Open wingspan here, and then you're going to slowly go back to center, and then you're going to put your right hand down for a reverse revolve half moon on this side, your right leg high, left arm to the sky, feeling this twist in your back. It feels great. Then you're going to cross your right leg over your left when we come up. So it's going to be a quick swing and a flip, and then hands at heart center to twist to the inside of your right foot, temple dancer. Going as low as you can go. Then grabbing your right foot of your right foot, temple dancer. Going as low as you can go. Then grabbing your right foot in front of Padangusthasana B, reverse dancer. The stretches in your right thigh here, and then vinyasa. And then go downward dog. Your inner thigh area. So make sure when you do it, you take time in this pose, because if you sit at a desk all day through the nose and the mouth, you're calming your nervous system by rocking back and forth. It's very somatic, and you're going to go into an inversion. So you're going to put both your hands on the ground whenever you're ready, and just do a crow pose if the inversion is not in your practice. Whatever your body is calling you to do, do that. Not anything crazy. So you're going to lift up one leg at a time, and then you can spread your legs overhead, or you can do whatever stretch feels good. And each time you do it, it'll feel different, so don't judge yourself. So you're going to want to stretch your arms out behind to recenter yourself, and then do it again if you feel it's in your practice. Never do something that isn't in your practice. Only do what your body is calling you to do, your mind and body. So you're going to go into the squat pose or frog pose. You're going to stretch out your inner thigh and arm area here, your shoulders, all of it, just moving into a little movement back and forth. And then whenever you're ready, do the inversion or the crow pose. The crow is just your elbows on your knees. It's and then you gently lift your head. It's nothing crazy. So and then when you're done, just take a child's pose to stretch out the shoulders, feeling the release from your shoulder and arm area. It feels amazing. And then from here, I'm going to go back into doing some arm strength training. So if you want to, what I'm going to do is you're going to lift, you're going to go into this pose, and you're going to lift into a half bridge pose and lift your arms up overhead, lifting for 15 here, your free weights overhead. Just make sure your core is engaged, your hips are lifted, and you're in this pose right here, right now. And I'm at 8 out of 15, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then I'm going to give myself some time to rest. And then I'm going to still do the free weights again. I'm going to give myself a moment, and then I'm going to take the lighter free weights, and you're going to lift up on either side for 10. These are just each 5-pound weights, so I'm lifting a total of 10 on each side. and then lifting for 15. And I'm on 10 out of 15, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And weight training is so incredible for focusing on eliminating anxiety and everything else. It helps you focus on the moment, helps you be present. And then we're gonna sit back up, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our stomach. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna grab my feet here and lift into floor bow. So you're gonna strengthen and stretch out your upper back here. And the reason this is so important is because we look down most of the day, and looking down doesn't do a lot of service for us if we are struggling when it comes to upper back posture and strength. So this pose is good for it. And you can even grab one of these free weights here, stick it in between your feet, and then lift up each time slowly. And if your calves are tight, you're definitely gonna feel this in your calves. So yeah, you're just gonna get up. And I did read your comment. Thanks for joining before coming to work. If y'all wanna share what you're doing this evening, that's fine, feel free. I worked all day today and it was kind of exhausting. So had to add some yoga and free weights in to my daily practice. So then you're gonna sit up into like a tiny cobra, putting your forearms down, lifting your neck back, feeling the stretch. Woo. And then you're gonna go back, sit back down, and I'm gonna do the bridge pose one more time for another set of 15. So you're gonna be laying on your back, and then you're gonna lift, and then do 15 lifts of the weights overhead. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 15, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then sitting back up, and then I'm gonna add 10 of those free weights on the other side. So you're gonna stretch out your right leg here in this pose. You're gonna grab the 10-pound weight, lifting it up to your waist for 15. Holding your balance with your core. It's gonna be really good workout here for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And actually we're gonna go for 15, might as well. 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then we're gonna do 15 and 15. And then we're gonna do 15. I've never found it for a drinking, I'm holistic, and I mindset. So if you want to follow me or connect, feel free to. We're doing 15 on this side, 8, 9, 13, 14, and 15. And then setting the free weight down, and then reverting back. And then from here, we're gonna go into like a frog pose. So you're gonna separate your legs, you're gonna lean over into this frog pose here. You're gonna stretch your arms out in front and just really hold this pose and let your body set into it. And you notice as you go through this yoga flow, once your body starts releasing things, you notice that you're set more in the present moment. You're set more in what is here and now, and you're able to feel freer. Holding on to things that aren't necessary really hold us back. I mean, I cleaned out my office closet recently, and I found so many things that I was holding on to for years that I thought I'd revisit. And, you know, I just set it free. I gave it to somebody that could use it, and I think it feels so much more freeing to give it to someone that it serves more than letting it be there taking up space in your mind, your house, anywhere. And these things take up clutter in your mind, and they clutter your mind and prevent you from being present. And presence is what everything is about today. So again, we're in this frog pose. We're stretching out our arms in front of our shoulders. And you'll find as you slowly release and you get into the pose more, your body is just finding this yin pose. It's being more one with your body, mind, and breath. And you're able to go deeper into the pose. You're able to feel it more in your hips. You're able to stretch out and elongate each area and feel what it feels like. And sometimes it's so tight that it takes you more time. And that's why I think presence is necessary for these times. We have to revert back to focusing on that tension, that stress, for it to be freed. And I think every day we have to begin our day with gratitude, to be present for ourselves and to know that we are blessed with such a beautiful life, a beautiful world. And yeah, you can focus on the negatives, but if you only focus on the negatives, you're doing yourself a disservice by not appreciating the beauty in life. So you're going to slowly get up from this frog pose. You're going to sit back, stretching out your upper neck, and then releasing. And then I'm going to stretch our legs out in front, do an inversion. A reverse plank. I can't even talk today. It's so crazy. And then you're going to go back to a seated pose. You're going to put your palms facing up here and just breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, reverting back to your breath work, and just gently closing your eyes and being in this moment. We are here because we're in the right place at the right time. And, you know, you can assume that you're not, but when we're assuming we're not, there's something plaguing us, like anxiety, tension. We're living in a loop. We're living in the past. And these patterns repeat if we don't put a stop to it. So know that you are right where you need to be. The only thing holding you back is what's holding your mind back from seeing the clearness or the clarity that's necessary for you to get beyond your obstacle. And the fog can be lifted when you decide to let go of those things hindering you. The fog can be lifted when you recognize the pattern. The fog can be lifted when you decide to be the change you want to see. The fog can be lifted when you decide that you want to be so free and so in the moment and so present for yourself, your family, your friends, you, because you're able to let go of that tension and change the trajectory of the future. Change the motion that you have going to another motion. Maybe you're so caught up on moving backward that you cannot see forward. So focus on the present and look forward in life toward goals, toward expectations, toward boundaries, toward whatever you need in this life to move on. Because if you hold on to something that isn't going to serve you in where you want to be in life, you will be lost. You'll be in this pattern and this loop, and there will be no clarity. So do yourself well and let it go. Let the mind clutter go. Let the physical clutter go. And be more aware for yourself. Self-awareness is such a gift. It's something that we cannot live without, because if we live without it, we are struggling. We have no recognition of where we are. So live freely and be positive. So we're going to focus on breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, retaining the breath in between. Gently open your eyes. Thank you all for joining my strength and yoga training class today. I appreciate y'all. If you want to follow me and watch for more, I appreciate it. Namaste.